Welcome back to College Football Addiction. Today we're going to talk about a hot topic that's got the college football world buzzing. Oklahoma State's head coach Mike Gundy just called out the NCAA. We're going to talk about that, as well as Urban Meyer, national champion 3 times, twice at Florida and once at Ohio State, has also joined in to chat. Let's get into it. The NCAA, as you know, we ranted about this last week, has not allowed Syracuse and Colorado to have joint spring practices. And you know what? Mike Gundy came out about this, and he's absolutely right. The NCAA is currently losing its grip, and even coaching legend, like I had mentioned, Urban Meyer, agrees with him. And here's what should happen. We talked about this when we talked about Fran Brown and Coach Prime being denied the ability to have joint practices. Teams should just ignore that, and they should just go ahead and play spring games. Nothing's going to happen if they do. We'll use examples from the past. We'll talk about other things that may interest you if you're a massive college football fan like I am. But first, let's set the stage on what sparked this whole debate. Now, Mike Gundy has never been one to hold back, and he certainly didn't here. He said, "I'm not sure how they have grounds to say you can't do it," referring to Colorado and Syracuse's spring joint practices. Like, if somebody just goes and does it, what are they going to do to them? Gundy asked. Gundy's frustration is very clear. He's been pushing for Oklahoma State to play rival Oklahoma in a spring game, even suggesting that they charge a $25 head per ticket and split the gate fees for NIL funds. He said it's a win-win. Fans get an exciting matchup, players get NIL, pay-for-play opportunities, and teams get valuable practice. But the NCAA said no, citing other concerns over academics, recruiting advantages, and rush timing. Gundy's response? He's done wasting his time on NCAA rules because, in his view, they don't have the power to enforce them anymore. You can even read it all over social media. Folks saying it's almost like the NCAA actually has no power and they won't be a thing much longer. Other people saying the NCAA is losing power every single day. Major conferences don't need them anymore. And Gundy's not alone in thinking this. Fans and commentators on X, Instagram, TikTok, wherever are echoing his sentiment. The NCAA's influence has been crumbling for years, with major conferences flexing their muscle and recent changes like name, image, and likeness policies and court rulings that are continuously chipping away at their authority. Gundy's basically daring teams to defy the NCAA, and he's got a point. What are they going to do? Coach Gundy, I would challenge you, as one who has never backed down from letting your emotions be known, be the change you want to see in the world. Do it. Now let's bring in another heavy hitter, Urban Meyer, who agrees with Gundy's take. Meyer, one of the most successful coaches in college football history, has seen the NCAA's power dynamics up close. He won 2 championships at Florida, another at Ohio State, and he's been vocal about the changing landscape of college football. Meyer's career speaks for itself. He led Utah to a BCS Bowl as a non-automatic qualifying team, won titles with both Florida and Ohio State, coached a Heisman winner in Tim Tebow, but he's also witnessed the NCAA's struggles firsthand. In recent years, Meyer has pointed out how the transfer portal, NIL deals, and the rise of super conferences have shifted power away from the NCAA. In 2021, in an interview after his brief NFL stint, Meyer noted that the NCAA's rules are increasingly hard to enforce in this new era of college football. Meyer's perspective aligns perfectly with Gundy's. The NCAA used to be the ultimate authority, but now they're struggling to keep up. Major conferences like the SEC and the Big Ten are calling the shots, and the NCAA's enforcement power is at an all-time low. Just look at the way that they're disrespected, the way that people view the NCAA. Folks on Twitter say the NCAA has no power right now, and Gundy is 100% right. If a coach like Urban Meyer, though, who's been at the top of his game, sees the NCAA's decline, then Gundy challenges them to ignore the rules, this makes total sense. Let's look at another example, a glaring example of the NCAA's lack of power. Listen, I'm not trying to upset the Michigan fans, but we are going to talk about it. Michigan's 2024 national championship. If you thought Gundy's spring game idea was controversial, it's nothing compared to what Michigan got away with. In 2023, Michigan was embroiled in a sign-stealing scandal involving former staffer Connor Stalions, who allegedly ran a scheme to film future opponents, a clear violation of NCAA rules. Head coach Jim Harbaugh was suspended twice during the season, and fans of rival teams like Ohio State called for Michigan's title to be vacated. But here's the kicker. Michigan went on to win that national championship in January of 24, beating Washington 34-13, and the NCAA didn't do a thing to stop it. The championship will always have an asterisk in many people's minds. A national title for Harbaugh's cheating would render college football meaningless, many thought. But despite all the noise, Michigan kept their title. The NCAA has yet to release a formal finding on the scandal, and as of today, April in 2025, no real punishment has been handed down. Now, I'm not getting on Michigan there, but just compare that with the thought or the idea of Gundy's idea of joint spring practices. We're talking about a harmless exhibition game that benefits players, fans, and programs, not an entire cheating scandal that undermines the integrity of the sport. If the NCAA couldn't stop Michigan from winning a national championship among serious allegations, what are they going to do about a spring game? Absolutely nothing. So what's the takeaway here? The takeaway is that teams should just go ahead and play these spring games. Gundy's right. The NCAA doesn't have power to stop them. Urban Meyer's perspective backs this up, showing how the NCAA's authority has eroded over the years. And Michigan's championship proves that even major violations don't lead to any real consequences. Imagine if Colorado and Syracuse had ignored the NCAA and held their joint spring practices, or if Oklahoma and Oklahoma State had played that home-and-home spring series that Gundy proposed. Networks would have been fighting to televise it, as folks on social media have pointed out. Fans would have loved it. Players would get valuable reps, and NIL opportunities would open up by the thousands. The NCAA might grumble, but what can they really do? Fine the team? Suspend a coach? They could not even handle Michigan's scandal. They're not going to crack down on spring games. This is the future of college football. Coaches like Gundy are leading the charge, and teams need to follow his example. Play the games, make the fans happy, and let the NCAA figure out how to catch up later, because right now they're powerless to stop it. What are your thoughts? That's all I've got today on this. Should teams go ahead and defy the NCAA, play spring games anyway? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Make sure that you are subscribed. We've got more content coming your way here on College Football Addiction.